Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Scorebook Stories. I'm Alec. It is an amazing time in baseball right now because a lot of new faces are likely to get their first shot at the MLB, and we are going to talk about three three prospects that I have some confidence that we are going to see them pretty much this week. Like I have a feeling that these guys are top of the list for potential call ups as part of the September call up portion of the MLB. I think there also is going to be a whole lot of depth additions, such as guys that have already seen time in the MLB, are already on the 40 mans, and they're just going to bring them up to give some additional depth, either out of the bullpen, starting rotation, or some other area of the field. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to start things off by discussing some of the top trade deadline moves. We're about a month past the trade deadline. Actually, I think we're exactly a month past the trade deadline now. And there's been a lot of promise from a lot of these moves that were made for a lot of these players, such as Josh Naylor to the Mariners. I think this was a great move. I saw a couple comments on some of my videos talking about Josh Naylor, saying that it's not working out. Unfortunately, you're just wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, you're just not correct. He is definitely doing a great job. He was not the biggest bat that the Mariners acquired from the Diamondbacks over the last month, but he has been a lot better than a Eugenio Suarez in his return. Josh Naylor has been very solid. 5 home runs, 16 runs, a 766 OPS across the 30 games this month. That is incredible. That is a very nice boost for this contender team that is fighting for a playoff spot. They've been in the presence of first place for pretty much the whole season. And as a bonus, Josh Naylor surprisingly figured out how to steal bases, and he stole 11 in those 30 games with the Mariners. And that gives him 22 for the year. Just to put that into perspective, Josh Naylor stole 25 bases through his first 7 seasons in the MLB. So he found a motor and is getting good jumps off the bag and is stealing bases, which is key when you're trying to win games and get into a playoff spot. Josh Naylor has been everything that the Mariners have hoped he'd be and more, without a doubt. And if you don't see it, I don't understand where your perspective is at. Unfortunately, I really think Josh Naylor has been one of the best acquisitions for any team in the majors since the trade deadline. It was a great thing, and his sprint speed is even at the bottom of the barrel. So it's really shocking that he somehow is stealing bases, getting on base, hitting home runs for the Mariners. Josh Naylor is what the Mariners needed, and it's showing. Another thing that is needed by a club is the Phillies. They needed outfielding badly. Like they badly needed some more production from their outfielders, and they found it in Harrison Bader. The Phillies have definitely found a solution with him. Bader's defense remains unbelievably strong out in center field, and he's hitting 313 with a 890 OPS for the Philadelphia Phillies so far. He has been unbelievable over his past 9 games, batting 14 for 26 with 5 extra base hits. That is a 538 batting average for anyone who doesn't feel like doing the math. That includes a 4-hit evening on Thursday that you probably didn't even hear much about because it got overshadowed by Kyle Schwarber, kind of just hitting homers all over the place. But either way, Harrison Bader has been an integral part of the Philadelphia Phillies this month, recording a 17-10 record over the month of August, only trailing the Milwaukee Brewers, who went 20-8 for which was the best in the majors. Unbelievable. Harrison Bader, I definitely think, is the solution that the Phillies needed for the rest of this season. Is he going to be able to maintain this? Are they going to re-sign him for an extended period? I really don't know. The Phillies do have some young minor leaguers that I think they are eager to get into Philadelphia. Will they do it? I'm not positive. Bader definitely is playing like he wants to be a Philly for at least the duration of next season. So he could stick around and be a reliable center fielder for the Phillies for some time. Another guy is Carlos Correa, heading back to the Astros. Since rejoining the Astros, he has been pretty darn good, if I'm being honest. He is happy to be back. He picked up 30 hits through his first 22 games back in an Astros uniform, has a 320 average, slashing 389 and 443 in 108 plate appearances. His 137 wins run created plus is a 40-point leap from what he accomplished with the Twins, and his .9 Fangraphs WAR is just 25 games with the Astros, nearly matches his 1 F WAR in 93 games with Minnesota. So he's there. He's pumped to be back in Houston, and he's eager to be on the field and contribute every way he possibly can. And he's doing just that. He's played third. He's played shortstop. I think he was at second base for a couple innings. I'm not entirely sure about that one, but I know he's played all over the field. And Correa quickly reclaimed the role of clubhouse leader out in Houston. And I'm not really surprised at all that Correa is stepping up in a big way in Houston right now. Another guy is Mike Yastrzemski heading over to the Royals. He is awesome. He right now is definitely the biggest slugger acquired at the deadline. He had a career worst 355 slugging percentage with the Giants before he was traded to Kansas City. This month, he is slugging 654, fifth best among qualified players, 7 home runs, 15 extra base hits in 25 games. And based on his contact quality, it really has not been a fluke. Like, this is who he is. Yastrzemski's 601 expected slugging percentage sits 14th among 200 players with at least 75 plate appearances this month. Now installed as the Royals' leadoff hitter, Yastrzemski has as many walks as strikeouts, 12 to go with his robust 1.024 OPS and a 170 WRC plus. He's crushing the ball. I'm a little surprised, but also not surprised. I almost called him Carl. Mike Yastrzemski is a reliable bat, has been for a while. I just think he wasn't comfortable anymore in San Francisco. He was done. He's tapped out. He didn't want to be there anymore. The team was making weird decisions pretty much the entire month of July when it came to their trade moves. It was weird. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. And I think he wanted out. And now he's in Kansas City. He's comfortable, and he is helping the Royals put themselves in a position where they could potentially make a playoff spot. And that's something that you need. You need a guy who's hungry and wants to play October baseball. And right now, Yastrzemski looks like he is that guy. And finally, I want to talk about Ramon Laureano moving over to the Padres. He's unbelievable right now. Laureano is already in the middle of a career year with the Orioles. He was unbelievable. He went with Ryan O'Hearn to San Diego on the deadline. O'Hearn has he's been pretty serviceable, but Laureano has definitely been on a completely elevated level. He broke into MLB.com's latest hitter power rankings and possesses a 302, 356, 573 slash line with a 159 WRC plus with the Padres. He's in his 8th season, and Laureano's 21 homers for the year are 3 shy of his personal best back from 2019. He's hit 6 homers already with the Padres, including a grand slam to get the win over the Mariners on Tuesday. He's likely going to eclipse his career high very soon if he keeps up this pace. And he is definitely making great contact. He has a 17.6% barrel rate with San Diego, which ranks 12th in the entire league of a minimum of 100 plate appearances. He is playing free and easy. He looks great. He's hitting the ball well. He's seeing the ball really well. 302 is nothing to scoff at. He's getting on base, making solid contact, and the power is just being elevated since going to San Diego. And I think Laureano is one of the best, if not the best, acquisition for any team at the deadline. It is impressive to watch, and I'm very happy for Ramon Laureano. I've always liked Ramon Laureano, even back when he played for the A's. Like he's great. He's fun to watch. He's exciting, and he's just an all around great ball player. Stay up to date on everything going on in the sports world by heading over to Seven Mountain Sports on Facebook, Seven Mountain Sports on X, on Instagram. We are on all of your favorite platforms, and you do not want to miss out on a single thing going on here at Seven Mountain Sports. Now let's talk into some great ball players that we are going to potentially see this month. Players that I think could be getting the call up. I have seen nothing that really leads me to believe this other than I just went through every team's top 30 prospects and scrolled down the top 100 prospects on MLB Pipeline, looking for guys who had a expected or an ETA of 2025, 2026, because I think those 2027 guys are definitely a little bit away. But I've seen some guys that have an ETA of 2026 make their MLB debuts in September. Like it does happen. So with that being said, I think Henry Ford is going to get called up. Catcher for the Seattle Mariners. Cal Raleigh's still hitting homers. He's hitting great. Cal Raleigh is the Mariners catcher. I do not think Henry Ford will be called up to replace Cal Raleigh at all right now. But Cal Raleigh is hitting 177 with 17 hits this month. I think they're going to call up Henry Ford and just kind of give Cal a few days off here. Like the Mariners, I think, are in a great position to get themselves into the playoffs. I think they are a playoff team. So I think calling up Henry Ford, giving him some playing time, and giving Cal some days off is going to be a very beneficial thing because it lets him rest and it lets Henry Ford really show what he can do as a top 100 prospect behind the plate. At AAA this season, Ford is hitting 283, 408, 460 with 106 hits, 16 home runs, 74 RBIs. Like I said, I don't necessarily think Ford is 100% ready to go and take over as the Seattle Mariners catcher. I don't think that's in his plans for this season. But giving Henry Ford the opportunity to spend a month with the Mariners, experience the MLB, see some MLB pitching, hang out behind Cal Raleigh and see how Cal Raleigh prepares for MLB pitching, see how Cal Raleigh prepares to handle being a catcher in the MLB, giving that kind of connection, that time with Henry Ford, I think is going to be very valuable for Ford when it comes to him eventually making the Seattle Mariners roster, which could be next season. It could be Cal Raleigh and Henry Ford as the two backstops on the Mariners next year. So I think giving a month head start on that would be great for Henry Ford, and it would be great for Cal Raleigh, give him some much needed rest to try to break out of this slump before the postseason. Another guy that I think should be called up to the major leagues is Spencer Jones for the New York Yankees outfielder. Jones is playing at a pace that is kind of making it hard to really deny him some reps at the MLB level. He is crushing the ball in AAA through 49 games in AAA. He's hitting 278, 347, 582 with 54 hits, 16 home runs, and 36 RBIs. The problem is where is he going to play and who's getting sat down so Spencer Jones can play? That's the issue I'm seeing here. Spencer Jones is not taking over for Trent Grisham. He is not taking over for Cody Bellinger. He's probably not going to be in front of Jason Dominguez in the rotation of outfielders. So that leaves us putting him in right field. Is Spencer Jones going to be in right field and the Yankees bench Giancarlo Stanton so Judge can DH? Or do they bench Judge so Stanton can DH? Both Stanton and Judge are right-handed hitters, so you're not really going to get of added value in either matchup, really. I don't see a position where he's really able to get called up, but I think having him on the roster could be of benefit to Spencer Jones. He's playing really good baseball in AAA. I don't. It's just calling him up is going to put Booney in some unbelievably difficult decisions when it comes to making the lineup and getting Spencer Jones out there to really showcase what he can do. But I do think that Spencer Jones would be able to grow significantly if he is able to see some time in the MLB this month. I genuinely do. Another guy that I think is kind of a long shot to be called up in September, but it would definitely be of help to the Toronto Blue Jays, and that is Trey Savage. Trey Savage is lighting it up in the minors. He's a right-handed pitcher. If you are unfamiliar with his game, he is a guy that clearly is doing his thing on the mound and playing really well. He has flown through the minors this season, and he is in AAA right now. Started 21 games over the entire year so far with a 3.24 ERA through 91.2 innings pitched, 150 Ks, 38 walks, and an opponent batting average of 163 through A, high A, double A, and AAA in 2025. He's pitching lights out. He's kind of a long shot still, I think, because he is expected to make his MLB debut in 2026. But I think calling up Trey Savage and getting him on the mound in a starting role would definitely allow some of the Blue Jays arms to get some rest ahead of the postseason. Right now, it is looking like Toronto is going to be in the postseason, whether that be as the AL East champions or as a wild card team. They're set up pretty well right now to make the postseason. And I think if there is a way to rest guys that have been dominant and playing really well all season long, give them an extra day off, put Trey Savage as the sixth man in the starting rotation, let guys rest a little more. I think it could be of huge benefit to the Toronto Blue Jays going into the postseason. 7MM Sports is your hub for all things Seven Mountains Media Sports. You can watch the latest of Sports Talk with Steve Jones episodes. You can find what station you can listen to your favorite Penn State sports team on, and you can even get live social media updates all the time. All of these things are available along with every single show produced by Seven Mountains Sports over at 7mmsports.com. But speaking of the postseason, we have not gotten there yet, but Toronto still does hold the top spot in the standings. The Blue Jays are 78 and 58. The Yankees are right behind them now at 76 and 60, 2 games back. Boston 75 and 62, 3.5 back. The Rays are 66 and 69, 11.5 back. Baltimore is 61 and 75, 17 games out of first in the East. In the Central, Detroit has the lead still at 79 and 58. The Royals moved up to second. They are 8.5 games out of first place at 70 and 66. Cleveland is 9.5 games back at 68 and 66. Minnesota is 17 games back, 61 and 74. The White Sox are 30.5 games back at 48 and 88. Out west, Houston has the lead at 75 and 62. Seattle's still 3 games out, 72 and 64. Texas is 5.5 games out of first at 70 and 67. The Angels are 63 and 72, 11.5 out, and the A's are 63 and 74, 12.5 back. When we look at the wild card picture for the American League, the Yankees have a 4-game lead in the wild card. Boston has a 2.5 lead Seattle is the benchmark at 0 right now. The Royals are 2 back from Seattle. Texas is 2.5 back, and Cleveland is 3 games out of a wild card spot. In the National League, the Phillies are in the lead in the East still with 79 and 57. The Mets are 6 games back, 73 and 63. Miami is 15 games out of first, 64 and 72. Atlanta is 18 games back, 61 and 75. And the Nationals are 25 and a half games back, 53 and 82. Just a year some of these teams want to forget, clearly. Milwaukee has the lead in the Central and the best record in the league at 85 and 52. The Cubs are 78 and 58, 6.5 out of first. Reds are 16 games out of first at 69 and 68. The Cardinals are 17 and a half out at 68 and 70. And the Pirates are 24 games out of first place at 61 and 76. Out west, the Dodgers reclaimed the top spot at 77 and 59. The Padres are 76 and 60, 1 game behind them. I think they're going to bounce back and forth week to week here. Both teams look pretty good. Arizona is 68 and 69, 9.5 out of first. San Francisco is 67 and 69, 10 games out of first. And the Rockies are 39 games out of first at 38 and 98. Not looking good for them. When we look at the wild card standings, the Cubs are 5 games ahead in the wild card. Padres are 3 games ahead, and the Mets are the line right now at 0. The Reds are 4.5 out of the wild card spot. Arizona's 5.5, and the Cardinals are 6 games out of a wild card spot. I think the Reds could get there. The Reds, I think, have a shot, and the Royals, I think, have a shot to get there. But that is going to mean Seattle is really going to have to work hard to win this AL West, and they're going to be leaning on the rest of the league to beat the Astros through the month of September. When we look at our statistical leaders, Aaron Judge is leading the way in average with 321. Jacob Wilson is hitting 310. Bo Bichette's hitting 308. Jeremy Pena is hitting 307. And Trey Turner and Freddie Freeman are tied, hitting 300. In hits, Bo Bichette has the lead at 172. Trey Turner has 168. Bobby Witt Jr. is hitting 158. Manny Machado, 151. Luis Arias has 149 hits. Home runs, Cal Raleigh still has the lead at 50. Kyle Schwarber is 49. Shohei Ohtani is 45. Aaron Judge and Eugenio Suarez have 42. RBIs, Kyle Schwarber has the lead with 119. Pete Alonso is right behind him at 110. Cal Raleigh has 107. Eugenio Suarez has 105. And Riley Green has 101. When it comes to pitching, Paul Skeens leads the way in ERA with a 2.05. Tarek Skubal has a 2.28. Hunter Brown has a 2.37. Garrett Crochet has a 2.40. Freddie Peralta has a 2.58. Strikeout leaders: Garrett Crochet 214, Tarek Skubal 212, Zach Wheeler 195. Logan Webb and Paul Skeens both have 187. Wins: Freddie Peralta is in the lead with 15. Carlos Rodon at 15. Freddie Peralta is 16. Freddie Peralta has 16 wins. Carlos Rodon has 15. Max Fried and Garrett Crochet have 14. Nick Pivetta has 13, and a plethora of starters are at 12. Saves leaders: Carlos Estevez had a great week and moves up to first place, 36 saves. Robert Suarez 35. Andres Munoz has 31. Trevor McGill 30, and Josh Hader at 29. Now it is time to dive into the storied player and pitchers of the week. Mike Yastrzemski is getting the award for storied player of the week. Yaz played 6 games, going 8 for 20, landing at a 400 batting average for the week. 2 of those hits left the yard, and he pushed across 5 RBIs. Doesn't sound super impressive, but he only struck out once last week. Only one time. That is incredible to me. He's seeing the ball really well. And when teams have a guy like that puts the ball in play, good things tend to start happening. Like, just get the ball in play. You're going to ground out. You're going to fly out. But sometimes you're going to hit a ball in the gap. Sometimes you're going to hit a little lazy fly ball that lands in no man's land. Sometimes they're going to make an error. Sometimes it squeaks through a hole in the infield. Put the ball in play. Good things will happen. Storied pitcher of the week is going to Paul Skeens. 2 unreal outings from Skeens this week. 2 wins with a 0.69 ERA. 1 earned run allowed through 13 innings pitched. 49 total batters faced. 13 strikeouts. Great 2 games for him. It's getting a little wild to me that these are the performances that we are coming to expect from Paul Skeens on the mound. This is what a Skeens outing is going to give any baseball fan watching a Pirates game. Skeens is on the mound, 1 earned run, 2 earned runs, maybe 3 if he is having a terrible day. Like 3 earned runs is an absolute win for whatever team is facing Paul Skeens. And in my opinion, Skeens genuinely is just one of the most dominant pitchers in the game today. I don't think there is any denying it. He is unbelievable and he's playing really, really well. Anybody who disagrees doesn't watch baseball. Speaking of watching baseball, though, games to watch this week. Brewers at Phillies. 2 top teams. 2 teams that are playoff bound right now, and 2 teams that want to maintain their top spot in the in their divisions and in the MLB with the Brewers. It's going to be a tough series. It's going to be a fun series. The Phillies are hot. The Brewers are unbelievably on fire. And I'm excited to see what team comes away with the series win here. It's going to be a great, great season or series to watch. Excuse me. Then we also have the Yankees heading to the Astros. That is going to be a good series as well. Yankees are starting to be a little bit streaky, but at the same time, the Astros have a top spot and they don't want to lose it. So the Yankees need to figure out a way to make sure that they can continue to get wins. They need to keep winning series. They cannot drop anything. They cannot drop this series to the Astros. They really can't. If they want to pull away from the Dodgers, excuse me. If they want to pull away from the Red Sox in the in the divisional standings, they got to get a win or several wins down in Houston. And the last series that I think that we all should be tuning into is the Dodgers at the Pirates. The Pirates have been a thorn in the side of a number of clubs in recent weeks. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of 13. I think 9 of 13, not 9 of 15, somewhere around there. They're crushing it. They beat the Blue Jays twice. They swept the Rockies. They beat the Cardinals 2 out of 4. They just finished up a series with the Red Sox where they won 2 of 3. They're a thorn in the side of teams right now, and the Dodgers cannot afford a thorn in their side with the Padres 1 game out. They can't. The Dodgers need to go into Pittsburgh, handle business, and get out of there because the Pirates always seem to find a way to do this. They don't consistently play well, like at all, but somehow they ruin it for some other team. Usually it ends up being the Yankees. I don't know how, but the Pirates always somehow find a way to sweep the Yankees or take 2 of 3 from them in Pittsburgh. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, earlier this season, we even saw the Pirates sweep the Phillies, but clearly that doesn't seem to have much of an effect as the Phillies are pretty much in control of the NL East. So I'm looking forward to this series as well, seeing if the Dodgers can somehow avoid whatever disruption the Pittsburgh Pirates can end up throwing in to that organization this late into the season. It's going to be a lot of fun, but make sure that you are tuned in wherever you love watching baseball or wherever you love watching Scorebook stories. You can listen on a number of different apps. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. But make sure that you are subscribed right here on YouTube if you're watching. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hit the favorite button so that way you never miss an episode of Scorebook Stories. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're giving Seven Mountain Sports on TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Make sure you're giving us a follow to stay up to date with everything Scorebook Stories and so many other shows, and might even be some more that are coming very, very soon. I don't know. We're going to figure it out together, but make sure you are following along on our socials to never miss a thing. I'm Alec, and I'm out of here. Thank you for hanging out on Scorebook Stories. I'll be back next week with some more updates about some of these September call-ups, where the standings are at. It's getting to crunch time. We got a lot of baseball to watch.